The break room was supposed to be safe. It wasn't much to look at, just two battered couches shoved against the wall, a TV mounted high in the corner, and a little table with a coffee maker that never worked quite right. Nurses on night shifts used it to eat, to vent, and, when they were desperate, to catch a few minutes of sleep. It was one of the few spaces where you could almost forget you were in a hospital. Almost. Until the story of the woman in the glass. It was a fellow nurse who told me, late one night, when we were both bone-tired and trying to keep ourselves awake between rounds. She'd been dozing on one of the couches, blanket pulled up to her chin, when something jolted her awake. A light, she thought. Someone had gone into the adjoining locker room. The door between the two rooms had a little square of glass in it, just big enough to see through, and sure enough, there was light spilling through. At first, she thought nothing of it. Nurses came and went all night, using the lockers, washing their faces, grabbing their things. But then she glanced up and froze. There was a woman standing in the doorway. Not in the doorway itself, but on the other side, in the locker room, visible only through that tiny square of glass. She was staring straight ahead. Not at the nurse, not at anything in particular. Just straight ahead. Her face expressionless. She wasn't really looking at me. My coworker whispered, her voice trembling even though she was telling me this days later. It was like she wasn't looking at anything at all. In brings her. I asked her what she looked like, and the description made my skin crawl. Old-fashioned. Her hair was styled in tight curls, the kind of style you'd see in pictures from the 70s. She wore blue pinstripe scrubs, nothing like the modern ones we wore, and on her head was a nurse's cap. Nobody wore caps anymore. Not for decades. You know those old scrubs they've got framed in the lobby, the ones on display? She asked me. It was just like that. She thought at first it might be the IV nurse. Sometimes they'd come in during the night shift, using the bathroom or grabbing supplies. So she'd called out, irritated. "Hey, turn that light off, will you? I'm trying to sleep in here." But the woman didn't respond, didn't even blink, just kept staring straight ahead, her face pale and blank behind the little square of glass. Eventually, my coworker gave up and pulled a pillow over her head. She drifted back to sleep. But when she woke up later,